And chat. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Last time we did a quest about diet toothpaste. This time we're going to Monarch. It's kind of surprising how few nav keys the Unreliable had when I got it. Then gambled them away for a drink. To Monarch. And we have a quest on Scylla. Hang on. I think we'll go there instead. God, the cursor moves so slowly.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Do return in one piece, Captain.
I'll try. Alright, I'm done with Sam. Well, let's bring out Felix. Let's arm Felix. Well, armor Felix. If I have anything left. Oh, it's funky. I like it.
This is real space, isn't it? Empty, silent. I never thought I'd see the like. I'd look up at night, but...
I only ever seen this asteroid in the pages of thrilling space adventures.
Oh, we're in an Atmo field, aren't we? Cool. Alright, Felix. He comes with a grenade launcher? Nope, don't have anything for him. Okay, come on, guys. Look at that. It's got a whole ass town here. Cool.
That was quick.
Oh, there's troop armor for Felix. What's the map like? Not terribly huge. Oh, there's some enemies. Primals, huh?
Heads up,
A
jackass!
drop kick? Ow! No, I'm not okay. Oh, where's it going? Holy shit. Pithecophobia. You no longer function well when they attack you or your companions. I don't like the phobias. Oh. Outlaws here. I just don't see how the perks are good enough to cover for the phobias. And I'm sure they are in certain builds, but...
Hey, Outlaw. You know, you didn't have to shoot me down if you wanted an autograph.
Shut up now, and you might get out of this alive.
I recognize that voice.
Take him down! I need cover!
Here goes nothing.
Multiple fractures, lacerations, and untreated burns detected. Signs indicative of sudden, violent crash landing.
Yep, that's me. No big deal. Just shrugging off my issues as I...
That's Alois!
Another flaming impact.
Also detected constipation, hair loss, reduced fertility due to tight trousers. Recommend stimulant injection.
Hair loss. You take that back.
Oh, that's not a lot of DPS. Let's give him... Where's that rifle? That. Hi, Eloise.
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she? I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense. Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards.
Fair enough.
You saved me the cost of ammunition. Thanks, pal.
That's it? That's all? That's everything we have to do here? Okay. That is a tiny-ass ship. This is the missing shipment from Groundbreaker. That's what this quest is. Didn't realize that's the entire missing shipment quest. I'm hearing the monsters. We are gonna pass on them.
Oh, I've seen one of these before. This here's, Planet Maker Upper? Terraformer. That's the word.
Seems pointless, though. Gotta leave it on forever. And the platforms. Else the air just drifts off.
Oh, this is actively generating the field. Okay. We're staying out of it. We're staying out of that energy. Oh, more primals. All right.
Got it. Inside voices.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, what are you? Just armor parts. Why am I glowing?
Can we do that again?
Ah, there's the town. A lot of crashed ships here.
Somebody lives all the way out here? Surrounded by Aether?
Maybe it's haunted. We should look around. That's working, boss!
I'll fix you, Raya!
Is everyone here dead? Seeing as this doesn't count as theft, I'm guessing so.
Great work.
Me glowing might have been N-rays. I was taking damage over time from it. Hammer Mark II. Ooh, 415 DPS. Let's give that to Parvati. Well, Parvati, you asked if anyone lived out here, and apparently the answer is not anymore. More vending machines. Oh, it's bits of the combat drone. Mandibular Rearranger. This weapon was created by an unknown and possibly quite deranged scientist. Exactly how it works and why is a mystery, and it has never been duplicated. Alright, let's see what you have to say about it. Messages. It's a Hephaestus place. Preliminary survey results. From Thackeray B to Evers L. Scylla preliminary survey results. We've completed our initial survey, and I have to admit that your hunch was right. I owe you lunch next time I'm on Terra 1. We barely started our survey before we uncovered a mineral vein with high densities of yttrium and scandium. There's a limit to how much my team can extract in these pressure suits. Get us a terraformer and some prospecting mechanicals, and this little venture of ours is going to make us all rich. Hope the weather on Terra 1 isn't getting you down. I hear our permanent facility on Hephaestus is almost ready for habitation. Status report, day 127. Thanks for rushing us that replacement part, Linda. My team got the former repaired, and it's busy churning out O2 again. Did you have to send one loaded with seed stock? Damn grasses are triggering my allergies. Survey efforts continue. That initial vein ran dry quicker than we hoped, but we're getting promising results from other locations. Density of scandium lower than first sight, but yttrium still at respectable levels. We had a board team out here last week scanning for signals from the Hope. We could all guess the results from how unhappy they looked. It's been 3 years since the board classified the ship as missing. You'd think we'd be over it by now. Wow, that was a long time ago. Day 268. Congratulations on your promotion. Youngest full VP in company history. Just promise me you won't promote that drill bit Needham to replace you. Bad news, Lynn. All the sites within the former's dome have run dry. The mechanicals are bringing back good samples from beyond the retention field. I'll be sending you a requisition for a hauler to relocate the terraformer closer to the new sites. My team heard that you arranged for some circus time traveling show to stop at our base. It was a big boost to morale. We can't wait for some entertainment out here. Denial of site relocation. Thackeray, your request... Oh, it's from Needham. Your request for site relocation on that useless rock is denied. You've had over a year to generate a profit. If you haven't done it by now, it's not going to happen. And Evers is too busy to hide your incompetence. I don't want to hear any of your absurd excuses either. The terraformer failure was bad enough, but this drivel about primals running loose and damaging your equipment is the limit. The utter limit, do you hear? Operations at your site are terminated, effective immediately. I've got a new site in mind for you, one of the rocks orbiting Hephaestus. Temps are a cool 170 degrees Celsius. You'll love it. All logs written and stored in this terminal property of Hephaestus. Happy birthday, Julia. A visiting board team reminded me of the date. We should be celebrating your 42nd birthday today. I'd try and get you drunk with the latest Rizzo's concoction. You'd turn up your nose and say it was nowhere near as good as an earth wine. I don't know where you are, big sis. It's been 13 years since you entered hibernation, since the Hope started its journey. I don't know what happened, why you never got here. If the architect is kind, you didn't suffer. I think about you all the time. Every time one of the big interstellar conveyors blazes past, I look up and hope. Hope. Whoever named that damned ship should take a walk in the ether. I'm so sorry. I never should have convinced you to sign the indenture contract and join me on Halcyon. I'll never stop thinking about you, Jules. Please forgive me. Reminder, ask about Sublight. Ask Linda for info on this Sublight company. That freighter captain claimed to work for them. Very strange ship. No corporate branding or colors. The captain didn't wear an approved uniform. Dealing with him left me feeling out of sorts. Had some interesting items for sale, though. Can't shake the feeling that they fell off the back of the conveyor. That captain sold Harris something called the Rearranger, then left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing it rearranged is the number of bits on Harris's cart. Looks like some strange tech. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. I wonder what it does. You know what? I'll just ask. What does the mandibular rearranger do? Or no, don't tell me then if you were excited for me to try it out. Okay, so that's sealed. It's got blue lights. Yeah, I'll try it out. That's not open. All right, let's find a primal. Heard some primals off that away, I think. Ooh, what do we have down here? Abandoned prospecting droid.
Salutations. This unit's primary function is excavator. Owner, Hephaestus Mining Corporation. Other functions include dialogue, limited, current, active commands, excavation. That is all. This unit is removing rock matter in search of minerals, metals, and other forms of matter designated valuable. Brevity identified. Affirmative. This unit could discuss excavation at greater length, but does not wish to strain its daily charge. Thank you for your consumer loyalty, Junior Excavator. This unit will store this exchange in its memory banks. Always.
Okay.
Greetings, Junior Excavator.
Oh, it is kind of Wall-E, isn't it? Alright, let's see if we can find those primals. Man, that makes funky noises. I like it. Aha!
Easy now.
Incoming!
Where'd it go? Oh, 3 hits and it freezes. Interesting. Oh shit, oh shit. Got it. Got him.
Everyone all right?
Okay, so the thing freezes enemies. Well, that's cool. The stasis stick. That's a good way of putting it.
Ah, your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
Fair enough. Back to the Groundbreaker.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Decent in the hands of a companion. It requires 3 hits to inflict the stasis debuff, though. Yeah, I think she's saying that specifically because I've got a helmet on. She probably has another line for if you don't. Diet toothpaste. Spacer's Choice Diet toothpaste. Wait. How is it Spacer's Choice? Wasn't that an anti-Cleo operation? Wait, he gave me a gun, didn't he? Arian's flintlock. 22 DPS. I mean, yeah, I figured it was to do with the outcome of that mission. It's just that the outcome of that mission was me helping create an anti-Cleo one.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible.
You're a doctor.
for my
Why are you
mechanical
smoking?
safe return. I can't thank you enough.
$3,500 XP. Any other rewards? 7,000 XP. 1,500 bits. Antibiotics, cream, adreno, immunosol. What's immunosol? Lowered harmful status effect duration. Oh, fine. We'll tell Gladys we fucked up. Nope, that's not Gladys's place.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. What's that? Speak up now. What'd you turn up?
No, I don't feel like getting a lecture.
If you say so. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
To Monarch. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was, that was the intel that I was supposed to bring her, until I was told after I gave it to him. I just got caught up in doing the quests. thank you for the offer to warn me, but I think it's better for me to naturally play the game and
Welcome aboard, Captain.
have the experiences as honestly as possible. Cascadia, warning dangerous. Let's go to Cascadia later.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Hell yeah. I think I kind of want to bring Ellie. And Parvati, of course. There's DLC planned for this game. Interesting. And expansions. Going to Cascadia is how you avoid the nav key right, and then you book it for Stellar Bay. Through piles of monsters, you said. There's a level cap? I suppose there'd have to be a level cap. What's the level cap? Something's fishy. I mean, there's no New Game Plus in other games like this one. Why would there be a New Game Plus in this one? Level cap is 30. I'm already halfway there. Ah, there it is.
Hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Nice eye patch.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Sure am.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Your vocal performance is all kinds of awkward.
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon.
Monarch Stellar
Please state your name for
Industries.
the records.
Monarch Stellar Industries. This is an abandoned company?
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly, huh?
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
You got it, dude.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
What you need?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself.
The Black Hole, huh?
Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Sure thing, man.
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin.
I was about to say.
Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something? On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
It's not a Bethesda game, but it definitely follows the 3D Fallout model. So it's a fair comparison to make. Maybe he worded that differently. Nope, he worded it exactly correctly.
Whatever you say, I could talk tossball for hours. Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
You got it, dude. That's theft. MSI Sentinel. You look bad. Is that a scythe? Why do you have a scythe?
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
I'm not sticking around. I'm totally going to steal those energy cells from right next to the guy.
We don't get many outsiders.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
Some of the voice acting in this game is just awkward. McGuire, huh? Oh, hey! You're the person I'm supposed to meet.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. So it's sliding. All over the place. Trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. Don't interrupt. It's rude.
Sure is.
But I gotta get in there. Get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here.
Oh, that was some good facial animation.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
You've had enough. I can't imagine she'll be pleased if I say that.
Outstanding!
2 big cartridges.
What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
Vacation.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're
Oh, is she
good.
the 6th companion?
I'm cut off for the money, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure
Oh, you're a proper alcoholic then.
Fetch me one and we'll be all set. Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
I mean, going when she's sober is just a good idea.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger. Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through
30G
Nyoka's
brew.
stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few in telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you? Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka, on account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly.
Sure
Anyone
you don't.
who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you? Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such. But it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
That mustache is coming out of his nostrils.
Nope. But a man can dream.
Bennett.
Laws. Can a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
Nope.
What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place. And how should they know what they're missing? I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted. Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the Iconoclasts for lack of better things to do.
So who are these Iconoclasts?
You're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
That's just a rando. Monarch, huh? It's probably the office.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Oh, I think I've seen these two.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Yeah, look at me, properly moist.
Often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Nope. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as soon as this sprat fucked colony, I'm going to stab someone. Oh, God.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and
Erotic?
athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious. Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
Good question, Parvati.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure
So
cities
what's this
in
Bolt
Halcyon.
52?
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Ordnance or ordnance?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in, these days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Well, I'm a killing machine. I'm good for that.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I'm totally going to read it first, just so you're aware. Oops, was I not supposed to say that out loud?
What can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Oh, using the rules, huh?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Oh, this is Terra 1.
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Forms are for quitters.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Like that's what you saw in Edgewater? Come on. People look out for themselves.
Her point isn't that they do or don't. Her
A
point
noble
is that they
thought,
should.
Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else. In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind in an act of quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
That sounds like them.
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
They're not about the
I do
rules,
think
they're
there's
about
something
winning.
useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
Well, I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments. Monarch may be dangerous, but it's hardly the wasteland the board describes it to be. Whatever the board's goals, the greater good has little part in them. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Yeah, good luck with that.
What can I do for you? I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Guy's a world-class moron. No, he's not.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Wait, was there more to talk to him
fine day
about
for
with the
business,
good old
isn't it?
days?
Anyway, what can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep some...
No.
What can I do for you?
All right, Celia.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again?
Wow,
Not
Parvati.
that I got any prior experience with such.
Wow,
Not at all.
Parvati.
Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Okay.
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
Aw.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Well, do something with it.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about.
It's probably just the
Plus,
Wii menu
he's
theme.
got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Or the Wingman episode 2.
I guess. I know what I'm looking for. You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
What about that other thing I need to talk to you about?
What did he say? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grimm wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Yeah, that sign is certainly something. Oh, I have skill points. Let's pour some points into leadership. Oh, they got new perks, don't they? We set ability cooldown on ability use, companion ability damage, equip time, range weapon reload speed. Enemies in the party, any damage that would kill you instead heals a small amount of health. This effect has a long cooldown. Ooh, I like it. I'm taking that. Thank you. Charge some my TTD meter. Don't need that. Companion ability damage. 20%. I guess that's 20% extra damage functionally, but it's also the ability to stun enemies. Yeah, I'll take that over the ability damage.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out. She's in a mood.
Noted. Velma.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Sounds like you need some help.
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors.
Tumors, huh?
He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be concerned yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something
Ooh,
else on your mind? Caleb Herrick. Runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy.
Cute, Parvati.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more. Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Wait, am I being told to break a strike? God damn it.
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer. Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free. This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell.
Oh, that's shitty.
That about cover it?
That's shitty of you.
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
It's gonna be his, all right.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Intimidate 50?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Yeah, fair.
Fine by me.
You're shitty. Oh, that's theft, right. Frederick.
Plenty of work to do, especially with so many no-shows.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
Yes.
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
Left field tossball betting. Oh, you're Nell.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games.
Nope.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
Play for Auntie Cleo's darlings, don't you recognize me? Now I know where Saltuna actually comes from. Fair enough.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball.
Okay.
So, what can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch. Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bit.
You're not going to get it, Nell. I'm sorry. Life 50. What's that icon next to the Live 50?
I don't know. This isn't just some poster. It's a genuine tossball artifact. The Black Hole doesn't even sign things anymore. He just puts a stamp on them. Of course, the only reason I asked Velma about it in the first place was because those sublight fellas lost my shipment of official tossball jerseys. I was
It's because I only beat it because I have an ally boosting
now
me.
with authentic game time aroma. Of course not. No, authentic means close enough to be the real thing, but not actually the real thing. Everyone knows that.
Ugh.
Anyway,
That's...
I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights and ran into some trouble. Can't blame them for trying. Those iconoclasts never shut up. But they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jerseys. If you could get those for me, I might let Grimm have that poster. Thanks. Don't put yourself in danger on my account, though. That poster will be a fine substitute.
I don't feel...
What can I do for you?
It's necessary to do anything for you. I'm just going to get him that poster. I'm going to do your quest anyway, but still. Constable. Ooh, what's in here? It's a comm center. Constable is not openable. Okay. Have I been in here? I have not.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
I'm wearing a helmet.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the professionals.
Oh,
now,
shit.
Dearie, who's this pickup for?
To pry that secret from my sweet little cheeks. Oh, boy. No, I'm gonna lie to her.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
You don't give 5-figure discounts.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail? Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us.
Sounds like she does
Don't say
contribute.
too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry. I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
You're gonna need a taste of your own medicine. Holy shit.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
Lovely.
But until then, it's lots of fun.
Episodic pharmacological delirium is no laughing matter, young lady. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
And it got him killed. Where's the graveyard?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties. Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie. Chin up, dearie.
Don't you dearie me. I could hack the terminal and increase her allotment. But I think she'll have a better... I think it's better to help her in general and get her that key. Which he probably has on his body. Let's finish looking around town. I have finished looking around town. Fair enough. Southern ruins. Where? Oh, I see you cowering over there.
I think I'm gonna be sick. No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth.
Ugh!
If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Have not been in here. Okay. Rando. Oh, somebody tossed this place.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Not much I can do for this guy.
What happened here? This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from Left Field Tossball Betting. The stainless steel rat. Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color, were stuffed into this suitcase. Left field tossball betting. Did she have this guy killed?
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Oh, that guy was Isaac, huh?
startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Sorry.
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Dilated pupils, anxious posture, muscle spasms. She's high on some quality stuff.
Oh boy.
No! Okay, maybe, just a little. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the raptidons outside, you know? Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Poor fella. Hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain.
All right, left field. Sebastian Adams Wildlife Emporium. That's the yacht club.
What they're doing on other colonies.
Wildlife Emporium.
Think they're watching the same serials, following the same.
Wrapped musk and canidized, right here.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble.
Lots of side quests here.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
It's more dissolving than melting.
That is not helpful.
Very not helpful, Ellie.
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy? He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him
I think
safe
I've seen
here
this.
with me.
He's like 40, isn't he?
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
All right, where's this Wildlife Emporium? Directly behind me. Oh, it's just a dude.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid
Oh,
bone?
you're Sebastian.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts? Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Nice of you to say. I like her too. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smoked? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for raptidon tongues.
little bit advanced against lost business.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Yeah, well, it's the start of something at least. All right, Celia. He's right across the street from you.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on.
Like, you just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
375-bit cartridges for a quick
You take real good care
street
of your
crossing.
business, Dr.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
Oh, let her be romantic about it. Romantic? Is that the right word? Alright, tossball. Tossball betting place. I can just look at the map, duh. Hasn't given me any waypoints. Lovely.
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does work.
Ah, there we go.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around.
Oh boy.
They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Okay. The yacht club is to my left. The alley behind the yacht club. Other side. Alley behind the yacht club. There we go.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
You sound delightful.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Okay.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Well, that was an easy admission. I don't have enough intimidate? Oh. There's probably something else. There's probably someone else who did it, considering there's an intimidate marker.
I don't think so. You're a loose end now.
Oh, okay, I guess he did kill. Ow, out of the corner.
That's the last of them.
Empty pockets, really? Sublight reputation decreased. Fair enough.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
God,
Look,
she's
it's just
adorable.
Ellie.
I keep getting turned around. I'll get the hang of this place eventually. Alright, where's the goddamn tossball place? It's not on the main circle. Said he did the same to you? Well, as long as it's not just me. Yeah, there we go.
Here to catch a game? What can I do for you?
All right, Sanjar. Got some bad news, and I've got some bad news.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you? But that's terrible. What happened? But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies.
They did kind of
If
take a
there's
swing
one
at me.
thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters. Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
All right. We are going to go get that. We're going to go desecrate that corpse. Yeah, Sanjar is pretty cool. You know, the shrink ray doesn't do much for me when I use it, but it might be cool for to let one of my companions use it.
Reminds me of the crew cabin on one of my first ships.
You reckon the smell ever goes away? Maybe the wind of the sea helps.
Alright, well, let's kill some monsters. Raptidon Colossus. You get back here.
That's the last of them.
Okay, nothing in those houses. What do we have here? Canned salt tuna in brine. Gross. Oh, marauder. Hatchet, adrenal, fun times barrel, and magnum. Cut up to a sprat corpse. Speed grip. 1 times barrel. Big cartridges.
Nice and easy.
Nothing there. There is something here, though. Oh, it's a church. Oh, wow, I have nearly filled up another level. Wow. A nice hat. Leadership skills and persuade. There's a book, which I'm assuming is decoration for the vicar. Ah, that away. Plain and pure sugar water. Cells, probably lunch, and a pasta pack. More enemies.
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Think they left anything good behind?
Oh, that was a sleep! I thought that was a corpse. Okay, that's all you get from the broken house? Okay. Oh, there's a porch. Aha, a door. Transition to Mather residence. Oh, it's automated.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
In my experience, any stranger this friendly either wants to rob and airlock you or sell you something.
Nonsense. Out here in the wilderness, we welcome all who come to our door. Now come in, make yourselves comfortable. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted.
Oh, you're the cannibals they hinted at.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? Sorry, I'm not real good with, names. It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip.
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way too.
Other times it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before? That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not? And who could? Stretch out your hand and cosmic divinity reaches back. Open wide your mouth and the universe provides sustenance. Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted. Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
Sure, I brought some candies.
You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front.
Doesn't sound like any medication I've heard of. Nothing legitimate, anyway.
They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too.
Definitely drugs. I'm curious.
That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them.
Ah, I thought so.
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that.
Some kind of off-brand drug, maybe? Wouldn't be the first or the worst.
They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal. Okay. Maybe I'll see you at dinner.
We wouldn't want to intrude.
We're going to be doing some intruding, Parvati. Aha!
Oh, no. No, 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 no.
Who does something like this?
If lost, please return to Ballard Velma or current supervisor of MSI Fishery Operations in Stellar Bay. They'll have caught us, and they're not going to let us leave without a fight, I'm assuming.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
Sure have.
How very rude.
Time to teach you some manners.
Look out! You got it, Captain!
Where's the kid? Oh, the kid was Lizzie. Whoops. Everything was received. This made me soft and vulnerable to more physical damage. This one's tempting. This is tempting. I'm going to take that. Reset the companion ability. Cooldown on each crit. You can pacifist the quest. I assume it was one of the options I didn't take. TD restore per kill, movement penalty to accuracy. Use the penalties to accuracy while moving. I think I'll take Wee Band of Brothers. By the time he spots you, it's too late. Ah.
Explain this to folks. Everybody with missing family will wonder if these people...
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, Parvati. Oh, Lizzie had candy on her. Oh. Alright, well. That takes me outside. Oh, I didn't say I wasn't fucked up myself looting the corpses, but... Levi Mathers, Poetry Journal. Private, do not read. Oh, so he degraded over time. Ooh. Oh, I go out this way to do pacifist. Is there anything up here? No, it's just a way out. Alright, graveyard.
There are... That's gotta hurt. Here goes nothing.
thought he was buried out here. Huh. I guess he just got corpseified. Right, I have... I got lots of points into persuade and lie. What to take? I could do with some more points in Intimidate, probably. Oh, Ellie gives me the lie points. Oh, I would unlock 2 new perks. Companions gain armor rating and companion crit damage. Yeah, we'll unlock those perks. Bonus damage, companion health. Don't use TTD. Don't use the science weapons. Don't use TTD. Headshot and weak spot damage. I don't use the TTD very much, though. Vendor buying price. Dialogue skills when I have no companions, but I always have companions. Weight of consumables, but they don't take up that much weight. Health restore per kill. Companion ability cooldowns for each of my kills. Just reset a companion ability cooldown when using the other companion's ability. So it's between that and the vendor buying price. Alright, you know what? Let's count this up. 7.6 pounds. 8.8. 9.4. 11.8. 13. 13.6. 14. 14.3. 14.5. You know what? Let me just make sure none of them weigh a bunch. Doesn't tell me how much Raptidon meat I have. Oh, nope, it's down here. I have 34. Oh, you know what? You guys have convinced me. We'll take the perk that lowers consumable weight. Can sort by weight. Yeah, they're all 0.3s. Screw it, we'll take the consumable weight one. Holy hell, that did drop me a lot. What the hell? I was carrying 86 pounds? How could I have been carrying 86 pounds? I don't have that much stuff. That makes no goddamn sense. Raptidon sticks are 1 pound each, but I only had like 35 of them. I don't see how I had 50 pounds of other stuff. Sulfur Falls, tap for red and blue mana.
Whew. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery.
Am I the only one getting hungry?
Yes.
Nice thing about traveling with the captain, we meet all sorts of new people.
Sure. Best part is when they pay us.
Oh, lighten up, Ellie.
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. Kinda hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you.
Could be a favor in disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
Alright, I don't know if... I don't know if talking to her will turn in the key card.
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you? Such a pity, isn't it? But I suppose it's an important reminder that one can have too much of a good thing. Even cost tolerine. Oh, and to... The one upstairs, where we stop. Hello again. And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
I already told you.
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but now I've gone and said... I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka tends to exhaust her supply rather quickly. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you, but there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
I guess it's up to me. Its use is restricted to authorized medical engineers. Employee login. Williams. I have the hack. Fair enough. Patient records. Nyoka. Medical engineer notes. Liver damage, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawal, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Lemons increased to high. Warning, excessive caffeinoid consumption may lead to side effects such as irritability, fatigue, uncontrollable bowel movements, nausea, and death. Warning, caffeinoid storage is approaching critical levels. Resupply recommended. Patient record, lore. Patient not found. Data storage. Notes from experiments as conducted by Dr. E. Williams. Reacticism and pep you up. I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that is true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Bushberry extract and debilirol. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I awoke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and a most curious craving for Tilleritos. Costellarone triple dosage. Searching, file empty. A. Edwards. Work in progress number 1, 23,629 words. Stellar Bride. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working Saltuna farmer for Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stellar Bay. Chapter 3. A Long Way from Arkansas. You can put your things here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. Breeze from the bay is real nice. Just be careful about mantis swarms. As Abby went to take the room key, her fingers brushed his. He had strong, rough hands. A Saltuna farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. The Passion Broker, a renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals, finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. Will he follow his head or his heart? Chapter 2, Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Come on up, said the voice in the calm. It was dangerous and smooth in a way that reminded Broderick of iceberg-aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The hair rose along the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to a top-of-the-line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heater from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eyes that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to Broderick. For me, he asked, trying to ignore the man's smoldering gaze. Indeed, the broker purred. I hear you're a man of bold tastes. Broderick took the glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over darker eyes. That's why I've got a rare proposition for you. The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. Work in progress number 3, 146,307 words. Holy shit. How many words is War and Peace? How many words is Homestuck? Can't remember. Clinic of the Heart. A battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic on Monarch to heal his injuries, but when he meets Gale, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Chapter 34, Healing Touch. Fletcher held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear. Yet here he remained, at the clinic, with her. He shook his head as if he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. Gale, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium. But I don't know how to leave, not after what we found together. Then stay, she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. I can certainly find a position for you here. Oh, laws, he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. Shh, the only law here is love. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, there's a back way. War and Peace is 587,287 words.
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you?
Abigail. Abigail.
Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
I upped it by 1 dose. Fair enough. I'm sure you've been busy.
My, but you are a doll. Here's Nyoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now.
Oh, you have no
Do
idea.
Take care of yourself, dearie.
That was rather precise of me.
Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common?
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
'Cause you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up.
Hate to break it to you, but before I got to Groundbreaker, I fixed more noses than bones. Nowadays, I probably shoot more than I save.
Oh.
Oh. She keeps crushing her optimism. I hate it. Yo, drunk lady.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See, I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible, got her head on straight. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast.
That was fast. I gotta see about stocking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment. Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun.
I'm down.
If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
She is recruitable.
Mighty big gun you got there. I'm looking forward to seeing you use it.
So you keep Monarch safe, huh?
One for all.
Real honorable work, Miss Nuka.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
All right, Nyoka. Oh, that's a sexy LMG. Oh, damn. And an axe. I think this is, yeah, that's Felix's, looking at the flavor text. These clothes would look good on anyone, but somehow Felix doesn't make them work. He's just too gangly. Gear is rock solid, still haven't changed it, just tinkered with their light machine gun some. That is a sexy LMG. Armor. I don't have a better outfit for her. Felix's clothes look really good on Max. Oh yeah, I haven't tried equipping them with each other's clothes. That looks good on her. I'll have to exchange everyone's clothes when I get back to the ship. Alright, perks. Increase your lie skill when Nyoka's in the party. Threat generated, base health. Yo, I probably should. Radius of footstep sounds... companion melee, companion armor, companion ranged damage. Oh wow, I just had deja vu something fierce. I guess I'll take the sneak. Extra damage to creatures. Cool. Ability damage. I'll do the cooldown. Alright, what are we doing next? Tucker Needham in Amber Heights. It's Caleb to return to work. It's just a bunch of randos. I don't see Caleb.
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but that still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends.
Does he now?
Weekends?
Hands of the void. I used to drop by the bar in Stellar Bay to knock a few back with the folks who had Saturdays off.
Don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyhow.
Knowing you, you'd sit and be alone with your thoughts.
You've known her for 5 minutes, Nyoka. Alright, where's this Caleb guy? Oh, it's an outdoor.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an NSI welcome.
Thank
Why
you.
don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits.
Not being
But
gainfully
until the
employed will
windfall's
run you
gone,
out of
we're
bits.
riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Oh, that would be a shitty lie.
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
All right, hit me with that gossip.
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits.
She
So
does
far,
seem
it's
the
just
type.
gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
I'm down for a little investigating. Is that a lockpick just out here? Okay. All the way around the back. Yeah, it just throws them at you. These are the apartments. Where's the warehouse?
You ever been off Monarch, Nyoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. As soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Oh my god, she's
Well,
adorable.
I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Bet they also pay to make it stink less.
Supposedly, it makes you more attractive for, you know.
Trust me, no one's going near you like this.
He put on too much cologne, didn't he? Alright. Let's find her computer. Well, here's a back end I haven't seen. Some docs. What is that? What is that? That's cool. Yeah, I figured when you said that I'd only met one of them, that the other was the sixth companion. So, Nyoka, huh? She seems fun. Some radio towers full of water is what it is. Aha! Ha ha ha! There's no files. Hack, mash random keys. Files you want to view. Be hecked. Braxton Hex files are filled with Saltuna breeding charts, various pharmacological formulae, and musings on why Saltuna seem to prefer Borscht and beans over plain Borstwurst. V. Ballard. Velma's personal files are a morass of supply contracts, order forms, spreadsheets, and financial records. Careful study of her financials reveals that for the past several years she has been slowly siphoning money from her operating budget into a personal account. The theft is cleverly hidden. Individual instances could be excused as rounding errors or mistakes in simple arithmetic. The sheer volume of occurrences, however, indicates deliberate intent. Nyoka and Sam also have fantastic dialogue. I'll have to take people out and about just to hear all their dialogue, but I just don't want to give up Parvati. She's so good. Let me report on your dude.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish?
They're having a whole ass conversation.
What it does for your disposition. Anyway, what do you folks need? That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
Good.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
Let's talk to Caleb about the proof. Well, it's blackmail, though.
What do you think of the unreliable Parvati?
There's always something to fix, and it's neat working in the Aether. I always took Atmo for granted. Now, if I drill through the hole, we all suffocate. Exciting, you know?
I'm not sure I wanted to know that. Being in space sets me on edge enough.
Oh, right, because she's never been in
stellar
space.
Emissions? Actually, I probably shouldn't tell you about those. I mean, not unless you want to know how we're all likely to get spacers lung.
Stop, Parvati.
Right. Okay. When we get back to the ship, I'm drinking this conversation right out of my recollection.
Parvati, please.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Oh, so I have to confront Velma with it.
Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay.
You ever think about what goes on in the Marauders,
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either.
I just told you.
Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just, Your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need? Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Oh, I could tell Sanjar.
Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat. I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple.
Sure you don't.
Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Oh, I get a dialogue option if I've already reported to her about Braxton. That's cool. Ooh, which of these do I go with? Ooh. I'll do the persuade option.
I don't even want to think about that. Or how far behind Braxton's loss alone is going to put us. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
Well, let's go talk to Caleb then.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sure thing. How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with a bit card of her own accord. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now, me and
all right, how much did he give me?
Back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
And I leveled 625 bits. Fair enough. All right. Nyoka gives sneak. Nyoka gives lie. And medical. Sneak, lie, and medical. Where do I want to put my points? Alright, Shoddy's a long gun. So is the assault rifle. Having to pour points into individual skills is... Let's buff the stealth skills. Alright, what do we do next? He's holding on the salvage location and deliver it. Catherine Malin in Fallbrook. Jar needs a Bolt 52 cartridge. Find one in the ruins north of town. Oh, I gotta find stuff in Cascadia. Ooh. Old Rizzo's facility in Cascadia. Ooh. That's rough. Ooh. Dustback casserole from Chef Raymond. Let's get that at least.
Did you have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay?
I had a fling or two, sure. But on Monarch, relationships ain't usually meant to last. A lot of fools tried to impress me, feigning bravado in the wilds, thinking they'd catch my attention with their stories. It was cute. Not so cute when their act got themselves munched. You know what's sexy? Confidence. You know what ain't? Disembowelment.
Fair enough. Chef Raymond. Oh, I haven't been in here. Rando. Everett Gill.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Is everyone in this town chicken livered?
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try.
Oh, am I getting that reaction because I have high sneak?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rats spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back. Before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
I can. Oh, do I want to intimidate this guy? Because that's a lot. That's a lot of money, actually. Ooh.
What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this way.
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward.
Oh, Parvati didn't like that.
Clear from the
Parvati didn't like that.
Look, Captain, this is the best I can do without putting myself out of business.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I'm glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
I feel bad now.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady. You're a gentle soul, miss. Be careful with this one, all right? He's kind of a brute.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
I'm sorry, Parvati. I'm so sorry.
I see you stuck around. Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long.
You company folk are all the same. Choose to stay, then complain about the choice you've made.
How was I supposed to know it'd turn out like this? It all sounds wonderful, Until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy. I could do with a few kilometers of cold vacuum, but that spaceship has flown. Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding.
Yeah, fair.
And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage...
No,
out
I'm
with
not going to
sunlight,
reload.
which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goo, what then? Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me. Even talking about it has my blood pressure up. I've really gotta stop. Lucky you.
I'm so sorry, Parvati. Oh. Nobody hanging out up here. Where's the bathroom? Why is there ammo in the bathroom? All right. I'm thinking Stellar Bay. Oh, hey, a ladder. What is up here? Oh ho! I see. There is a back here. There's a carbine model spaceship. Is there anything back here, or is it just a little bit of... Is there just a gun and a bit of vendor trash? Is that it? Alright. Oh, he's out on the dock. Got it.
Poor Braxton.
I don't want to think about it.
Eaten by cannibals? What a way to go.
I put up with the constant stink of fish because I don't want to think about what's outside those walls.
I know. Just imagine if they fell. It'd be Amber Heights all over again.
That's it. You owe me your month's ration of Debillerol.
That Chief Junlei sure seems well, huh?
She sure does. Oh, I never talked to Nyoka. We'll do that in a second after I find this agent. Can I not jump on the barrel? I gotta go roof climbing, I guess. Mm-hmm. Ow! That hurt a lot. I am a flimsy, flimsy person. Okay, so I've got to get up there. Up and over. How do I do that? The other ladder just takes me down to this little alleyway where there's nothing but a gun. I can't get up there. Whoops! Nope. Maybe I jumped a little too early. A little too late. Ah! Now I can't get out. So it's not that way. There's an up here. Is there a way outside from the up here? No, it just takes me back this way. All right, let me look at this out here again. Oh, duh. Bloody note. Password antediluvian. Meet with Catherine. Lovely. Oh, I can't believe I didn't think to try that first. Oh, I'm dumb. Alright, what else can we do here? Should be near Amber Heights. I was going to converse with Nyoka, right.
What's up? What's with the pleasantries? You want to know something? Just ask.
Fair enough.
I didn't. I was born into security detail, and when the corporations abandoned this place, I stayed. I mean, I wasn't sent off to school like I should have been. I was born here, and my parents kept me. Raised under the monarch sky. Been breathing sulfur since I knew how to smell it. This place is all I know.
Well, I guess you're going to get an education when you leave this place.
I don't have a single spot I call home. Wherever I can sit in peace with a bottle is good enough for me.
We're going to have to get you broken of that habit.
I've always been on Monarch. It ain't exactly easy to hitch a ride off planet, Captain. And besides, I hear Terra 2's all corporate. The way folks talk about the board and their ilk, I think I prefer the beasts.
Yeah. At least the beasts are simple.
In a sense. My parents took off when the corporations did. I took to companionship with a few friends here for a time, but those days are long past.
Oh.
No, we weren't close. And before you ask, there ain't a story there. We just never saw eye to eye on the corporations. Drifted apart over time. It's fine. Good. I took a job once to clear out a rap nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don.
Dirty Don.
Bit on the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it.
Where's the catch?
When we set out to hunt down the Raptidons, I found out firsthand where his nickname came from. Dirty Don killed those Raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain.
Holy
it was
shit.
A whirlwind of grotesque primal fury.
Sounds like you have a crush.
In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell.
Definitely has a crutch.
It was glorious. Day came when he tried to take on a Mantiqueen. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like soap. Oh well, live and learn. No matter how tough you are, if you're gonna fight something bigger than you, bring a firearm.
Oh, just gonna boot me out of the conversation then.
What's up? You ever name a place? Ever come to a spot in the world you think ought to be remembered?
Oh, this spot needs storied veil.
Those don't count. Those names were paid for. I name things and places quite often. Rotting River, Golden Rock, the Horizon's Edge. Anytime I come to a spot I think is worth remembering, I name it.
Nice.
It's easy to get lost in the wilderness. I don't mean physically. All you need is a clear night sky to get your bearings. I mean, it's easy to forget that you belong. Spend a few weeks camping with the Raps and you start to forget what it's like to be human. When a beast growls at you, maybe you start to growl back. Those little spots, the rock here, river there, I'd name them so that in those moments, I could remind myself not where I was, but who I was.
I like this character.
Well, we eat, we drink, and holler and fuck. On some level, we all function the same. But they ain't got memories or attachments to places, to friends, to themselves. I found that every once in a while, my own attachments would start to slip. Then I'd take a drink from the rotting river, find my spirit refreshed. Anyway, enough sentimental yammering. Let's find a drink or a target. What's up?
I like this character.
All right. I made friends with a canid once. They ain't as savage as the Raps. They're more careful. Some of them will sniff your feet before they attack. Well, one morning, I opened the flap to my tent to find a canid sniffing around the remains of my fire pit. Suppose it must have smelled the rapt I boiled for dinner the night before. Thing is, I had dragged that rapt off and burned it before I turned in. Can't have anything catching a whiff of fresh meat and coming to interrupt my beauty sleep. Yeah, across a sulfur pool and over Rotting River. I'd never seen such a keen hound. As I grabbed my gun, it walked up to me, right up to my tent, and stopped. It looked me dead in the eye and it didn't growl. It just sniffed around, sat for a spell, started walking off. When it saw I wasn't following it, it waited. Once I started following, it put its nose to the ground and led me for some 20 minutes through the wilderness.
Interesting.
Soon we came to a small rat nest, and in that nest lay 2 dead canids. My new friend looked at the raps, then at me, then at the raps again. That was my estimation also, and I was only too happy to oblige.
Hell yeah.
Once I blew the shriveled brains out of those sulfur-sucking raps, my canid companion walked to the corpses of its packs, and with a soft whimper, it laid among them. I ain't seen emotion in a beast before, but that day, I believed it to be grieving. I thought I ought to kill it, put it out of its misery, secure myself a decent meal, but I couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger. Don't know why. Maybe on account of my own personal losses. Maybe I could relate. Either way, that grieving canid is still out there somewhere. Or it's been eaten. Who knows?
I like
What's
this
that?
character a lot.
Maybe later, Cap. I'm all storied out for the moment.
I like this character a lot. What the hell were we doing? Amber Heights, right. Before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break, get off my aching butt, stretch my legs. I will be right back. All right, actually, looking at the time and thinking that I've gotten a good break point where I'm about to leave Stellar Bay, we're going to call it a night here. And it's just as well. My hand hurts anyway, and I think I've got a repetitive strain injury or something, because it's specifically my wrist and that half of my hand that's in the diagrams of RSI stuff. And it stings something fierce. But we're going to call it a night here. Tomorrow I'm going to be live blogging episode 2 of Infinity Train Season 2. If I get that done in the early afternoon, we'll stream some more of The Outer Worlds. If I don't do that, then we'll stream more on Thursday. Hopefully at an earlier time. I got started later than I wanted to because I had to wait for a ride to Walmart pharmacy to get some medicine that I was out of. Or else I'd have started much earlier today. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Have a nice night.